Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a Costa Coffee coffee shop with a drive-thru. Please do remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Fun question for you. Which do you prefer, Costa or Starbucks? Let me know. Watch until the very end of the video to see where we place the coffee shop in our city. This is the amount of space required to make your Costa Coffee. Here are all of the materials that we will use throughout the build. Begin by placing 2 white concrete in a row on the ground. 1, 2. Then place a black stained glass, leave a gap of 1, and then place 2 more white concrete. 1, 2. Then dig in the ground to the right 3, 1, 2, 3, and replace all of those blocks with sea lanterns. Then place another white concrete to the right, dig 3 more times, 1, 2, 3, and place sea lanterns in those gaps. Then place a white concrete on the end. We then want to extend backwards from our white concrete by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then place 2 oak planks extending outwards from our white concrete. Dig in the ground to the right 2, 1, 2. Place sea lanterns in there with upside down oak stairs on top of the sea lanterns. An oak plank next to the oak stairs, and then extend inwards by 1 using an oak plank. Place a white concrete on the end, and then continue extending this way by 2. 1, 2. We then want to extend all the way across the back of the build, and then all the way to the front of the build using the white concrete. Next, we are going to remove all of the grass inside of our building and replace it with smooth stone. Next, we are going to place 2 rows of black glass on top of our 2 rows of sea lanterns. Then we are going to extend this single black glass up by 1. Then place an additional 3, 1, 2, 3 white concrete on top of every single white concrete that we have placed already, on the front at least. Then extend across and connect all of these white concretes together. The end result will look like this. Then we want to build a frame around our doorway here using mangrove slabs. So form 2 planks, place a row of slabs across the top of them, and then extend those slabs forwards like this. We also want to preemptively place a row of light grey concrete that sits above and behind our white concrete like this. So we leave a gap of 1 on the right and the left of the build like so, and this is going to be the roof a little bit later. But moving swiftly on to the right side of the build, we are first of all going to build up these rows of white concrete to equal the height of the white concrete row on the front of the build, just like this. Then we are going to build up the oak plank area, so we are going to add 2 rows of oak planks on top of the left and right side of this drive-through window. Then we are going to add a row of oak slabs across the top, just like this. add a row of black stained glass paint inside one of the sides of this, and this is the drive-through window where one would collect one's coffee. Then we are going to place white concrete just behind this window like this, and that will be absolutely perfect. Next, we are going to extend our white concrete all the way across the back of the build, once again equaling the height of the rest of the build. And lastly, on the right side of the build, we do have something a tad different. So we are going to extend a row of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white concrete extending from this corner of the build, and then place a row of 3 black stained glass underneath these 3 end blocks. Then we are simply just going to fill the rest of this wall in using white concrete. Then we will fill the entire roof section in with light grey concrete. Next, on the front of the build, we are going to place a row of 5 red terracotta starting here, extending left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Add another row on top. Then, left of this area, directly above the door, we are going to place a row of smooth quartz slab that extends out a row like this. It is 4 rows long. We might have to remove this end block. So this end block actually wants to be a sideways smooth quartz stair like this. And then on top of this will be smooth quartz slab. And then we can raise up these smooth slabs here on the left and right, so that we are half a row higher than this slab here. And then we will place an additional slab here also. And then we can just drop a brown concrete powder in here, and maybe we can even add just an additional slab. So this is meant to, of course, emulate a coffee cup, and yeah, that's kind of the end actually. Now, is this a cool idea? Yes or no? You guys will have to be the judge. So just to cover that up, is that a cool idea? That kind of looks cool. It makes it look as though that the coffee is actually kind of like hot and smoking. Kind of a fan of that. Well, next up, we are going to make the dreaded sign. So we are going to make a bunch of banners that literally just spell out Costa in letters. So throw down a loom, open it up, place a red banner in there with white dye. The first letter we must make is C. So pale Dexter pattern, Chief, Base. Next is O. So pale Dexter, pale Sinister, Chief, Base. Next is S. Chief, Base, Bend. Next is T. So Chief, and then Pale. Lastly is A. Pale Dexter, pale Sinister, Chief, Fess. Perfect. So we can take our banners and place them right here in front of our red terracotta, just like so, and then we don't need any of this stuff anymore. We do also have to finish the roof. This is made by placing polished black stone slabs above and outside of the row of light grey concrete just at the top of the build. So we will have to weave it in between the signs and the coffee cup, so it will go here and then extend here as well. It will kind of just join to the cup. And there we go, that's perfect. Next, we are going to add a row of oak leaves along the right side and back of our Costa. Then, I guess moving to here as well, and then place a row of flowers along the outside of the leaves. I'm going with azure bullets, they are amongst my favourites. We also want to do a similar thing over here from the front left-hand corner of the build, all the way to our grid. And then we will also want to place flowers along this. So in certain parts, we don't have grass, we just have the grid. So do remove and replace where necessary. Then we are able to dig 3 rows to the right of the drive-through window and our flowers, 1, 2, 3, like this. And we can extend this row of 3 all the way to the front of the build, and extend all the way back. and remove 3 rows all the way along the back of the build, just behind the flowers, all the way to the edge of the grid, and then we are going to replace all of this with cyan terracotta, or whatever road material you would like, but cyan terracotta is it for me, because it contrasts nicely against, number 1, what we are using the car parking spaces with, and number 2, what I usually use for streets in my city. So it looks really nice. It's a nice mishmash of the greys, and it doesn't blend in. So there we go, perfect. Next, I'm going to add a row of terracotta along the right side of the build all the way back, and then 2 rows of terracotta along the back of the build, extending all the way to the edge of the grid. I'm failing miserably at double placing this terracotta. Just like this. And we are going to have a wall along the left side as well, so I think I'm actually going to just remove that leaf there and extend a double row of terracotta leading all the way to the front of the build. There we go, perfect. But we are also going to add, I don't know what these things are actually properly called, but they're like height checkers. Like you'll often find them at drive-throughs and car parking spaces and car parks and stuff. But we are going to remove this terracotta here and place a row of 1, 2, 3, 4 red terracotta, extend across, and join down to the opposite side of the road. So if your vehicle's too large, then you can't get through these. Sometimes they're a little bit more colourful at the top as well, so I don't really want to go too crazy with this. But like sometimes it'd be like red and yellow or something like that. So that might look a little bit better to you. So that is also another option if you're trying to introduce another colour. But red concrete would also, red terracotta or red concrete would also look good as well. And maybe does that look silly across the top there? I don't know. Or you could just keep it red terracotta. It is completely up to you. You could maybe even add some item frames. We're getting in the weeds here, but there you go. Next, we are going to remove 4 rows in front of our Costa. So these 4 rows are horizontal and will extend from the drive-through all the way to the entrance, and we will fill all of this in using smooth stone. If you like, you can perpetuate the flowers all the way from around the side there, all the way across the front, but I'm not going to do that. Then we are going to dig 4 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, from the entrance all the way to the edge of the grid, and we will fill all of this in using smooth stone. Then we are going to remove all of this area here, and all of this area means all of the grass that is still left inside of the grid. There's not much of it. Then we are going to place, starting from the left here, a row of 3, 1, 2, 3, grey concrete powder, white concrete powder, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to leave it at that. But we are going to extend the grey concrete powder forwards, and the white concrete powder forwards also. Then we are going to fill this gap in here with vertically placed rows of green terracotta, lime terracotta, green terracotta, yellow carpet at the end of these car parking spaces just like this. Then we are going to have 2 outdoor tables right in the middle of this row 4 area here. So we'll have 2 polished black stone stairs here corresponding with the edge of the window, scaffolding in front, stairs behind the scaffolding, 2 stair here, scaffolding, stair, just like this, then flower pots on top of one side of the table and lanterns on the other. And with that final bit of detail added, we are now able to head inside of our build and work on the interior. First of all, we are going to place 2 light grey concrete extending left of this white concrete. 1, 2. A red terracotta to the left of this, extend all the way up to the ceiling like so, extend the red terracotta backwards, and then fill behind this in using white concrete. Add a row of light grey terracotta to the top here, then add a brewing stand here, flower pot to the right, tripwire hook here, lever, item frames above this, flower pot here, cocoa beans there, perfect. Next we are going to place a row of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 green glazed terracotta extending left of this back row of red terracotta, then red terracotta left of the green terracotta extending all the way up to the ceiling. We then want to extend the red terracotta forwards by 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. So we are going to raise up the first 3 rows here, like this. Then we are going to fill this back wall in with green glazed terracotta. 2 furnaces here along the back, and then barrels next to the furnaces. Then spruce trapdoors here. Then stone stairs at the top here. Then an iron trapdoor here. Plus we want to place 2 stone buttons like this. Then we can extend the red terracotta all the way over to the right, leaving a gap of 1 here on the right as well. Next, we are going to add a row of light grey concrete just behind this red terracotta area here that is as long as the furnaces and barrels, and we will populate the light grey concrete with cake and biscuits and pumpkin pie. Then glass pane in front of all of this. Next, we are going to add flower pots on top of the barrels, but also on top of these spruce trapdoors as well. We'll also add one here, and we will also add a smooth quartz stair here. Next, we want to add rows of red terracotta in between these windows, extending outwards. They want to be 2 rows high in total and go from the floor to the ceiling. And we also want to have some more here also. And then spruce stairs along the bottoms of the red terracotta rows and this wall as well, with spruce fence in between and red carpet on top of the spruce fence. A lantern hanging from the ceiling here from the middle area, with chains left and right of the lanterns, with flower pots hanging from the chains with ferns inside of them. And if we take a look, this is what these booths should look like, some really cool seating areas. If you like, you can also add a row of red carpet just in front of this entire till area. But then we are going to come all the way to the entrance and add a row of white concrete here just next to the entrance, with a brown glazed terracotta extending towards the back of the build, with then a spruce stair, spruce fence, spruce stair, brown glazed terracotta. Then add a red carpet on top of the spruce fence with 2 oak leaves on top of each terracotta. Then we are going to place a door here in this position and build up left and right of the door white concrete and just join together across the top, which will then allow us to have a little mini bathroom in here. So we'll have a giant sink against this wall. So this is back-to-back stairs. You can even fill this with water if you like. We'll place a tripwire hook with a lever to the right, a cauldron here in this corner, spruce trapdoor on top, flower pot next to the toilet. So we have a toilet, a little bin, and a hand washing area. Oh, we could also add a toilet roll holder by placing an item frame against the wall, stone button, white banner in there, flip it down. Perfect. It's also quite dark in here, so we will also add some sea lanterns to the ceiling with light grey concrete just around, and that is absolutely perfect. It's also a little bit dark in the rest of the coffee shop, but I kind of like it. I think it kind of feels a little bit moody, but if you weren't such a fan, you could probably just add a couple of lanterns, and I think that actually sorts it. And with that final detail added, ladies and gentlemen, we have officially completed this tutorial. However, this video is not over. We must now take our Costa Coffee and move it into our city. I don't know about you guys, but I feel as though that the modern suburbs needs a brand new coffee shop. Where else am I going to hang out all day and do nothing? And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I do hope that you have enjoyed this tutorial. Please do remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Click that little bell next to the subscription button. That'll ensure that you get all of my videos sent directly to your sub box. If you would like to make anything else by me, I would highly recommend the Mini City Builds playlist. As of recording this video, we are nearing the mid-90s amount of tutorials that we have in there for you, so it will keep you busy for a very, very long time and give you such a weird variety of things to make, everything that you can see on the screen now and so much more. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.